You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Shots fired outside a bowling alley in Wilkes-Barre last night landed one man in the hospital and 2 others in cuffs. An alleged fight broke out around 8 last night inside of Chaco's Family Bowling Center between Armand Hobson of Kingston, Dennis Rowell of Edwardsville, and Shalik Aiken of Wilkes-Barre. When the fight spilled outside, a gun was pulled and fired multiple times, striking Aiken before all 3 fled the scene. Aiken was located in the area of Hill Street and treated for non-life-threatening gunshot wounds to his arm and leg. Police later caught up with Hobson and Royal, who fled in a car after pulling them over following a chase near Butler and Kidder Streets. Hobson, the driver, was charged with fleeing and eluding among related charges, while Rowell was arrested on an outstanding warrant. Police say charges are pending further lab analysis as the investigation remains ongoing. A winter weather watch has been issued as rain will continue tonight with warmer temps staying in the mid-40s. The warmer temperatures raise some concerns with excess water from rainfall and melt that could cause area flooding and ice jams. However, the biggest concern is for when the temperatures drop back down. A cold front will slowly roll in from the northwest to the southeast, meaning that the cold air will flip the switch from just rain to a wintry mix of freezing rain, sleet, and snow tomorrow. Snow and ice amounts may vary, but higher snow accumulations will loom over the north and northwest, while more ice is predicted in the south and southeast. And with that winter weather forecast, PennDOT's advising motorists to proceed with caution while traveling. Travel restrictions already kicked in earlier this afternoon, starting with I-79 from I-80 to Erie, then to I-80 from the Ohio border to I-99, including the entire length of I-86 and I-90. The next travel restriction starts tonight at 6, which includes the entirety of I-70 to I-579 and all PA turnpikes. PennDOT also reminds those who can't take the day off to reduce their speed, pay attention to changing weather conditions, and take extra caution on bridges and highway ramps where ice can form unexpectedly. The most up-to-date travel restrictions can be found at 511pa.com or by downloading the mobile app. A fundraiser is being held for the family who lost their home and loved ones yesterday in a Shikshini house fire. The homeowner, Michael Shoemaker, lost his wife, oldest son, nephew, and mother-in-law in that fatal house fire. He watched his house burn to the ground knowing his family was still trapped inside, and those within the community who heard the devastating story wanted to help. Shoemaker and his family would frequent the Evergreen Raceway to race cars, so a fundraiser is set to take place at the next race on February 12th. Those who would like to donate can bring money and clothes, which will be delivered to Shoemaker and his surviving family members. Technological advances have been helping police departments nab suspects and solve crimes. WYLN's Julia Stefanovich has more on what's being used right here in the Hazleton area.
The city of Hazleton has been deploying new technology for the police department to help fight crime and keep neighborhoods safe.
We've got new software allowing reports to be done from inside the vehicles. We've got new vehicles. We got a new canine officer this year. We also acquired 2 drones, one large, one small, which have been really great for surveillance. Actually helped recover a runaway child that was lost in the woods.
The flock camera system that has cameras surrounding the greater Hazleton area has already proven to be an effective crime-fighting tool.
This system has been accessed over 400 times in the last 2 months, helped solve a few crimes.
The mayor explained just how the system works.
44 cameras installed around the Hazleton area, which cover almost every road in or out of the city. There's not one way to come in or out without your license plate being read. These cameras read about 300,000 license plates per week. Photos are taken like you do when you go through a toll booth.
A gunshot detector system will also be added on later this year.
Utilizing these cameras that are located throughout the city, we will be able to set up a gunshot detector in the areas of the cameras. So if there's a gunshot that goes off or a firework that goes off, we will get notified through the computers in each vehicle, and we'll be able to check it out. Now, these cameras are sophisticated, and we'll be able to tell the difference between what kind of gun it is, if it's a firework, if it's just a loud bang, if it's a transformer exploding. So instantaneously, we'll be able to figure out where it's coming from and what it is.
The city recently amended civil service rules to allow for a temporary hiring procedure to recruit new officers for the police department.
So if you're a police officer somewhere else, you could come here. There'll be a separate list that will be utilized for the hiring process, and we will not have to go through the competitive testing, and everybody will just put the application in. They'll be scored accordingly. A new list will be compiled, and then people will be hired from that.
In Hazleton, for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Authorities in Schuylkill County are asking for the public's help locating the driver of a hit and run. State police say an ATV struck a vehicle traveling west along Route 54 in Shenandoah Wednesday morning. The driver of the ATV then fled the scene. Anyone with information on the incident is being asked to call State Police in Frackville at 570-874-5300. The American Red Cross is encouraging people to roll up their sleeves and donate blood during the nationwide shortage. The Red Cross declared its first ever crisis back in mid-January, saying that blood centers across the country reported having less than a one-day supply of blood types. Officials with the organization say that it's the worst shortage it's seen in the past 10 years. Donor turnout has been low due in part to the ongoing pandemic, staffing shortages, and blood drive cancellations. Blood products are needed for accident victims, surgeries, and cancer patients. Donating blood is safe and easy, so you can schedule an appointment and find out more by visiting redcross.org. Luzerne County is looking for a new deputy election director. Erin Harvey submitted her resignation to pursue other opportunities Tuesday morning and will work through February 17th. Harvey was hired as deputy election director in February of 2021 at $42,000 annually. Minimum qualifications include a high school diploma and 3 to 5 years of experience in a legal, government, or political office environment or any equivalent combination. The position is advertised at that compensation, with information posted on the Human Resources Career Opportunities section at luzernecounty.org. The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce seeks businesses to participate in the 2022 Greater Hazleton Job Fair, set for Thursday, March 24th from 10 to 4 at the Laurel Mall. The one-day event provides businesses with an informal yet confidential forum to discuss career opportunities and options with hundreds of individuals from across the Greater Hazleton area. Employers can accept resumes, offer information about career fields and employment opportunities, conduct interviews, and promote their business while seeking out interns, summer employment, full and part-time positions. Businesses are $300 for chamber members and $400 for non-members, and lunch tickets can also be purchased for $15 each, catered by Frankie's Restaurant. Register online and learn more at hazletonchamber.org. Coming up on Wyln News, PennDOT's calling on creative Pennsylvanians of all ages, plus St. Patty's Day parade announcements from across our viewing area. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kits. We'll be right back.
It's cloudy and rainy, and tomorrow probably will be chilly.
We want your child to be our WYLN weather kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, Go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department, only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
We all need a midweek pick-me-up, and WYLN TV 35 is your home for good news on Wednesdays. All our good news stories will be printed in the WYLN TV Pennies Classified Good News Bulletin, distributed throughout the community and digitally posted on WYLN News Facebook page and on our website. If you have good news to share, contact us to be featured in our special Good News edition. Good events, good people, good jobs, all good news.
PennDOT is inviting Pennsylvanians to participate in its Safety Citizens program. The program encourages community members of all ages to answer traffic safety questions in original and creative ways. Traffic safety topics are introduced bi-monthly, posing a question for the public to answer. Participants can answer by submitting an original piece of artwork, such as a short video, a poem, or a drawing. Selected submissions are then posted throughout PennDOT's statewide social media platforms, including Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Learn more at penndot.gov/safetycitizens or email your questions to safetycitizens@pa.gov. Interested participants are encouraged to check the website frequently for updates about future topics. The annual Girardville St. Patrick's Day Parade will be back in March after back-to-back COVID cancellations. The 2022 parade will take place on Saturday, March 26th at noon. The parade's theme is Salute to Our Veterans, which will celebrate veterans and their borough organizations. The parade committee is seeking floats, vendors, and participants for the parade that'll feature 5 divisions and at least 16 bands, alongside numerous additional floats, antique vehicles, and special entries. An outdoor celebration will follow the parade at the Hibernian House, Beach, and Line Streets. Interested vendors or organizations can register online at GirardvilleIrishParade.com or by calling Joseph Wayne at 570-590-1826 or Joanne Kitsock at 570-617-0400. And as one parade gets back at it in 2022, another won't return for the 3rd year in a row. The Ancient Order of Hibernians JFK Division No. 2 Pottsville canceled its 2022 St. Patrick's Day Parade that's been going on since 1975. The organization said they're no longer in a position to do the necessary fundraising to pay for insurance, bands, and other parade expenses, and lost several members who actively worked on parade preparations. However, they'd like to hear ideas from the public on how they can continue the parade in the upcoming years. Our WYLN sports crew is already gearing up for its next 2022 high school basketball game. We kick off with some live Colts Golden Bears action tomorrow, February 4th, when the ball is in Mahanoy area's court for the boys matchup against Marion Catholic, weather pending. Get your favorite fill of Marty Burns, Joe Flanagan, and our WYLN sports crew, bringing you the event, not just the highlights. No plans tomorrow night? No problem. Got some? Well, cancel them. Instead, tune in for the 7:30 tip-off and all the live local action right here on WYLN TV. Coming up on Tamaqua News Choice, we meet up with the Carbon County Friends of Animals and Community in You. Plus, leading the way, part 4. Stay with us.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
When emergency strikes, trust your care to the all-new ER at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. With a facility that's now twice the size. Experienced nurses who see you right away. A quick assessment process makes sure you get the care you need. Advanced technology on site. Safe, private treatment rooms, and a peace of mind that only this level of care can bring. When it matters most, trust your partner in emergency care. Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton.
Did you know that WYLN News provides news updates every weekday afternoon
At 1, 3, and 5 here on TV and on social media?
Did you also know you can watch WYLN News on the go by visiting our website or YouTube page?
Now more than ever,
WYLN is your local news leader.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Cold weather affects not only humans but pets as well. When the temps drop below 20, both dogs and cats should be sheltered from the elements. Carbon County Friends of Animals manager Dana Dunbar has advice for cat owners.
You can get outside insulation totes and make, just type it in Google, outside totes for cats, and you can do that. You want to provide proper food, water for them outside, but if you have the means and they're not necessarily outside cats, they should come in on the cold days.
Being left out in the cold could result in frostbite and other derogatory conditions.
You don't want them frostbitten, going missing or essentially getting hit by a car trying to find a warm space. So definitely, if you can keep them inside, keep them inside. That's the most important spot for them.
Unfortunately, countless cats either get lost or are abandoned each year. The shelter works to help get them back home and puts information out to the community.
So we do. On a daily basis, we probably get a handful. Thankfully, a lot of them do get returned, but we do have quite a few that are on our lost and found board that have been missing for over 6 months. Whether somebody took it in, they don't have means of social media, and believe it or not, some people still don't know Carbon County has a cat shelter. So that's one of them things that we do keep them up. We do check monthly, and we do have quite a few that still ask for a year that their cat went missing for us to keep it up. So we do, just out of respect, because you never know. If we don't try, you're never gonna find it.
If you've been thinking about adopting a cat, it's best to do your homework and have your home properly prepared for your new pet's arrival. The shelter is also there to help out with any questions or concerns.
We actually, in our front lobby, we have a list of supplies that you should get. Keep them on the same food. If you want to switch over, you gradually have to switch their food over. Litter's important. You don't want something too dusty, too smelly. Cats don't like certain scents. Treats. Every cat that I know likes Temptations. The wet food's an important, essential daily need for them. Toys. They love their toys. They love their cat beds. Of course, their cat towers. But just getting a box through Amazon or Chewy, they're happy with that.
TLC is not the only thing that cats need. It's also important to keep them healthy and have a relationship with a veterinarian before bringing them home.
Important thing is a vet. You need to have a vet established. God forbid there be an emergency. A lot of vets, just like us, shelters and whatnot, they are extremely overwhelmed with the large clientele of pets. So you need established vet. So if anything happens, you're prepared.
There's tips to follow if you already have a cat at home and want to introduce a new feline to the mix.
Recommend our cat. Put it in a spare bedroom, a bathroom for a few days. Switch bedding out, a towel, whatnot, so the cats can smell. Get familiar with senses. Cats love to smell certain things. They're more susceptible if they can smell and see. Just instead of just coming home, opening the carrier, and let them go at it. It's just important to give them the adjustment. And whether you are trying to adjust multiple cats or whatnot, you should definitely bring one home. Give them a chance to get to know the environment. Cats live in shelters from anywhere from a few days to a few years. Adjustment is very important for cats. Time, patience, because once you get past that, they feel secured and they will love your heart.
If you're looking to adopt, volunteer, or donate, give the Carbon County Friends of Animals a call at 570-325-9400 or visit ccfoa.info.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Moore & Associates, accountants and advisors located at 751 North Church Street in Hazleton. Contact them for all your individual and business tax and accounting needs.
Tabla Supply, here to supply you with over 25 years of home improvement industry experience. Call 570-500-1351, check out their showroom at 325 West Walnut Street in Hazleton, or tablasupply.com for all your business and home improvement or special project needs.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Dr. Amar Abbasi is leading the way again into part 4 of this week's series.
And welcome back to this week's Leading the Way with Dr. Amar Abbasi. So we talked earlier about the department, and you kind of mentioned when you got into the role that the department was kind of they wanted to start the department. So talk to me about the department and raising it from the ground up, kind of.
Okay, so 9 years ago, in 2012, I walked into the Health and Wellness Center, and I think the orthopedic surgeon at that time had kind of just transitioned to a different role outside of our current healthcare system, and so I, in essence, was our musculoskeletal department. So there was no, we didn't have an orthopedic surgeon that was hired, chiropractic, podiatry, any other physiatrists that were with us. So I handled all kind of cases that came through. And over the course of time, we slowly added chiropractic with Dr. Gavio and podiatry with Dr. Portnova. And we kind of were functioning as a group for a while. Dr. Canlis, orthopedic surgeons, came in. Recently, Dr. Puccio, who just actually departed, and successfully we had this really excellent merger with Coordinated Health that happened a few years back, and that really kind of multiplied our ability to provide services. So now we have excellent orthopedic care coming in to the Station Circle location. And we have orthopedic providers that are specialized in sports medicine and hand surgery and total joint replacements, and we have other chiropractors. So now we have multiple chiropractic teams and multiple podiatrists. So our group has really, really grown in terms of the breadth of size, and it's really actually great to see. So we no longer kind of rely on a single specialist, but patients now have options in the area. So no longer is it just one physiatrist, one provider, and you're getting your kind of other care outside of the area, but now we're having the ability to kind of take care of you here at Hazleton. And we're bringing that care to you, and that's really kind of been our goal all along, is how can we have you feel confident and really have trust in the local center that we're building. We're looking at standards to make it a center of excellence in terms of musculoskeletal care, and having providers from orthopedic standpoint, sports medicine standpoint, chiropractic standpoint, podiatry standpoint, rheumatology standpoint, and physiatry or spine standpoint that all can come in and take care of your needs here. And obviously, if there's kind of overly complex issues that need to be sent down to Cedar Crest or Lehigh Valley network, we also know that is always an option. So that's really kind of how this kind of slowly built up over the past 9 years, and it's really, really remarkable to see.
All right, and we're going to get into the future of the department soon.
Yes.
All right, folks, so check back tomorrow night as Mark continues leading the way into the final segment of this week. Good night.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.